Alright, we're live. We are live. GameStop should complete the bond offering today. So, that's pretty much the only news you got. I ended up taking my sell off of 23.69, so probably a bad idea. We'll see though. Well, now you're getting clapped. You think you can just come into my... I've never even seen your name in here before, and you think you can just come and flex? I don't give a fuck, dude. Nobody cares how much money you made. Because either, one, you're full of shit, or two, you're going to lose it all tomorrow, so nobody gives a fuck. So, yeah. Nobody cares how much money you made. Nobody ever will care. Your mom might care, maybe. But that's probably about it. Nobody else cares. What's up, Isaiah? Brian Lopez, what's up? CK Joseph was at it again, opening prismatic ETBs. Nah, I don't watch that. We watched the that one time. I don't watch. I really don't watch YouTube that much. I watch Kill Tony, and that's about it lately. Haven't been watching much. Look how much money I made. Now join my Discord for $99.99 a month. I don't know. I don't see why. Like, what would drive someone to go into some random live stream they've never been in before and just flex how much money they made? Like, does he really think anyone cares? Like, you think a bunch of random people on the internet give a fuck how much money you made? I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Pretty sure. I bet even the people you know don't care. Like, straight up. Even the people you know don't give a fuck. Just a D-bag flexing gains, yep. They made no money, they just want subs. I mean, that guy doesn't even have a YouTube channel. So, he has one video. So he's probably just a lonely guy. It's probably the most money he's ever made in his life, and he thinks random people on the internet care. Which is fine, I guess, but nobody cares. Anyone who makes 15, anyone who makes an exponential amount of money trading, I mean, I would argue they had an exponential amount of risk. So, good for you, but I bet you're not going to have that profit for long if you do the same shit you've been doing. I can almost guarantee it. That profit will be gone if you're risking like that. It's only a matter of time. Everyone only talks about when they win. Nobody ever talks about when they lose. Like, even if he made 15 grand, how much did he lose before that happened? And how much is he going to lose in the future? I don't know. There's more to the story than just, hey, I made a bunch of money. There's way more to the story than that. Way more of the story. Nobody ever talks about their losses. Nobody ever talks about their losses. Everyone's just a winner. Everyone's a big winner on the internet. But if anyone who's been trading for any amount of time knows that's not reality. Should have asked him what the shape of France is first. Oh, kick. Or a foot. A butt. A boot. Nah, I always forget about that. What's up, Trisha? Hope you're doing good. Hopefully the earnings didn't disappoint you too much. This is, why I was talking, or trying to tell everyone not to have high expectations, but nobody listens. Everyone's like, no, it's going to the moon. Shut the fuck up. It's going to the moon, god damn it. Shut up. Some YouTuber told me so. It's fucking hot today, dude. I'm cooking right now. I'm actually cooking. Can't lose if you don't sell. Debatable. Very debatable. Very debatable. Who's Trisha? She's an OG. She's the OG of OGs. The OG of all the OGs. That's Trisha. What's up, Jake the Snake? What's up, Alex Schur? How you doing? I'm gonna be, I mean, I'm not gonna care too much, but I'm gonna be slightly annoyed if it sells back off to 22. Because I had that sell at 23.69, and I was like, I don't really want to sell. So if it goes back to 22, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm the best trader ever, and then I'm never gonna trade again. I'm just not even gonna look at the stock anymore. Like, legitimately, if this goes back to 22, I'm not looking at this stock anymore. I'll keep buying and, I'll keep holding, but I'm not looking at it anymore. I'm getting rid of the ticker on the screen, and I'm ignoring GameStop. Unless there's news or something, then we can talk about it. But I'm back, guys. No matter how many times I get a timeout, well, if you keep being annoying, I'll just block you from the stream. So it's your choice. If you want to bring anything, if you want to bring something of value to talk about, I'm fine with that. But if you're just going to keep talking about tinfoil and squeezes and annoying my chat, I'm going to block you. So you make your decision, buddy. You make your decision, buddy. I talk about different possible outcomes. No, you don't. You annoy my chat and talk about things nobody wants to talk about. You're talking. You literally talked about a squeeze for like an hour straight, and that's less than a 1% chance of happening. So, if yeah, like good for that's fine. But there's a million other things to talk about, and if you're annoying my chat, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I literally don't care what you're talking about. If you're annoying my chat, if you're annoying me, I mean, it is what it is. It's my stream, not yours. It's my stream. It says GME Corey, not Nick Sutera. All right. Well, last warning, Nick Sutera. Make your choice. I don't care if they're egging you on. Nick's cool. I mean, Nick's fine, but if you're gonna annoy my chat, if you're gonna annoy me, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. I don't care how cool you are. Any idea what they might do with the money? Sit on it and make 4% interest? I don't... That's... What else would you do with the money? Make a free literal risk-free $300 million a year? I don't know. Seems pretty obvious to me. Did anyone get a Switch 2 yesterday? I saw GameStop posted on Twitter that restocks were available, but I don't want a Switch 2, so I didn't call to see if I could get one. Do you ever dual cam with people on the stream? No. We used to for like a week we were doing like Discord calls, but I don't have Discord for obvious reasons. So, no. Not invest into other companies for sure. I'll just throw that out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why people want them to invest in other companies, straight up. I really don't know why. It's like we already have a business that we just started to turn around. Let's switch our focus on another business. It's like, what? That's what you guys want? You want Ryan Cohen and the crew to switch their focus and focus on another business? I disagree. I disagree. These other live streams are complete ass. Thank God you got on. What's up, Zach Tate? I was in the market for a stapler. They're definitely feeling the pressure from the community, though, and I love it. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean, obvious reasons you don't like Discord? I don't like when people in my chat message other people outside of my chat because there's a bunch of fucking weirdos in this world. So, and I also don't like Discord. I really don't. But it's mostly for you guys because there's a bunch of weirdos out there. And we've had a lot of issues with weirdos and Discord, so we clapped that a long time ago, and it's never getting revived. Maybe if there weren't so many weirdos in the world, you know, maybe I could manage it, but I'm good. I'm good. What's up, Jared? No hat today. My hair's wet, so maybe in a minute. But what's up, Ruben? 9 billion cash and 10.5 billion market cap. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, it's, you know, the downside should be protected, but it doesn't mean it can't go down. I don't, like, doesn't really mean much. It's cool. And like I said, the downside should be protected, but if you think because they have 9 billion in cash that the stock can't go down, I would argue I'd argue the opposite. The stock market can do anything. It seems unlikely. What music do I listen to? Not a lot. I really don't listen to music, bro. I have like a few songs that I'll listen to every now and then, but I gotta be like really in the mood to listen to music. I mean, my cousin got a sub, so I've been bumping some music in the sub, but I don't really like listen to music, I'll be honest. Not often. Like, really, the only time I listen to music is like sometimes I'll listen to it before the stream to get hyped up, and maybe a song will just pop in my head and I'll want to listen to it, and I'll listen to it a couple times, but it's not often I just like sit and listen to music. It's a very rare thing. I'd rather listen to like a podcast or something if I was gonna sit and like listen to anything. But I'll give you my top 3 favorite rappers, I guess. That's probably the only thing I can. Well, I don't know what my top 3 favorite rappers are. Probably Chris Webby, Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know what the third one would be. Probably like. I don't know. I don't know what the third one would be, actually. So I guess I can only give you 2. Do you think Jerome Powell changing interest rates will have a good effect? It's going to take a long time, my friend. They're not cutting interest rates for another, probably until September, according to the market. So you're not cutting a 0.25 for 4 months. And a 0.25 cut isn't going to do anything. You know, they need to cut a % or 2 to really have an effect, but they're not going to do that. Interest rates are going to be this high for the next, like, probably 5 years, maybe more. You know, they'll do small cuts through that time, but interest rates really aren't going anywhere. And all right, Nick Sutera. I can't handle you, bro. I can't handle you trolling. So sorry, bro. I can't handle the troll. You want to troll? You're in the wrong place, bro. You're in the wrong fucking place if you think you can troll. Next time I'm blocking you. Next time I'm blocking you from the stream, and nobody's gonna hear from you ever again unless you make a new account. Alright? Okay. You'd say they're gonna cut a full percentage point. Okay. It's not even is it even Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. It's not even fucking Wednesday. So the Fed meeting isn't even today, so I don't know. Quit acting like you know anything, Nick Sutera. It's obvious you don't know fucking anything about the stock market, so don't act like you know anything. I gladly answered your question, but you're gonna turn around and say they're gonna do a full percentage point possibly today, and the Fed meeting's not even today. Like, you have no fucking clue what you're even talking about. Don't ask questions and then like, what the fuck, dude? Next time I'm blocking you, Nick. Next time I'm blocking you. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane. That's insane. Give people the benefit of a doubt, and it's a mistake. Next time I'm blocking him. I should just block him now, because I already know he's gonna come back and be a little troll. But, you know, maybe he's not trolling. Maybe he actually just has no fucking clue. Which isn't a problem, but don't act like you have a clue when you have no fucking clue. You're in the wrong place for that. If you want to go and talk about things that aren't real or whatever, there's plenty of streams for that. But you're in the wrong one. You're in the wrong stream if you think I'm gonna just let you say whatever you want. I got a 5 garage door to paint. Already new gig. Nice. Fire. That sounds like a fire gig. Interest rates on what? Just the federal funds rate, but he was just trolling anyway, so. If it going down under 9 billion, it's must buy because it's less than cash value. Like I said, Alex, sure, it's it makes it less likely, but anything's possible, and there's no such thing as a must buy. It could stay trading under cash for a year. It could trade under cash for 2 years. There's no certainty in the stock market. How certain was everyone that it was going to keep going up when we were back up in the 30s? All right. Yeah. Anyone who thinks they have any certainty in the stock market, haha, funny. Haha, very funny. I don't care how much cash GameStop has. If you don't think it can go down, you're tripping. You're tripping. Just working and listening. What's up, Elvis? Chris Webby's dope. Yeah, Chris Webby's good. I don't really like New Webby. The past two Raw Thoughts he released were really good, but it's very rare I find a New Webby song I like. Dylan! 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 If they cut that much, there can also be a panic caused because people go, oh my god, why the need? There's a crash incoming. Yeah, but they're not going to cut that much. The only time they do that is in economic crisis. So it's like, I don't know. People speculating on interest rates is a ridiculous thing because they literally give you the fucking roadmap of what's going to happen. So I don't know. I don't understand people who speculate on interest rates. It's right in front of your face what's going to happen. They're not going to cut a full fucking percentage point ever unless there's an economic crisis like COVID. And they literally can't cut rates like that right now because even if they cut rates by a 0.5, inflation is going to go up by like 1% for the next few months. And I assume that's not what they want. So, I don't know. Speculating on interest rates is a weird thing. Historically, today's rates are not too bad if you look back. Yeah, rates really aren't that high. I mean, the highest rates we've had in almost 20 years, but it's really not that bad. It's actually really good in a lot of ways. People just want, the only reason people want rates to get cut is because they think that the market's going to go up and they think they're going to make all this money. And that, that's why Trump's trying to push Powell to cut rates because they think that it's just going to be like this money printer and it's going to go to the moon and whatever. But a lot of factors. A lot of factors. The only thing really cutting rates is going to do for anyone right in this moment, because they're probably only going to do like 1% or 2% in the next like 5-10 years. I don't know. 10 years seems like a long time, but definitely the next 5. The only people it's really going to help is like people trying to get mortgages and stuff. Like, is any of you guys going to go get a loan when interest rates are 2% lower? Probably not. Probably not. So, really, as long as mortgage rates follow the funds rate when they start cutting, that's like the only way it's going to benefit any normal person. Maybe the market goes up off of it, but debatable. Markets go up, markets go down. It is what it is. It is what it is. Rule number 1, don't piss Corey off. Rule number 2, don't piss on him either. He doesn't like that. What's up, small fry? I agree. I don't like getting pissed on. That's funny. I'm always breaking rule 2. Yesterday we said that on any hypothetical that Burke hath would be interested in a position in GameStop. Okay, well, what would be the moat for GameStop, or what could it be if can ask? Hope I don't piss off Corey. I don't really understand your question. I mean, I don't really understand your question, but Berkshire will buy GameStop eventually. It's just big money moves slow. And maybe they don't. I don't know. Berkshire doesn't buy everything, but anyone who knows anything about stocks and understands fundamental analysis can research GameStop and easily see if, like I said, if you even have like, you can easily see it's a good investment. So I don't know, but they're probably not even looking at it realistically. Like, You got to think, like, these people are probably looking at hundreds of companies. You think GameStop's one of them? I don't know. Very debatable. Very debatable. I mean, there's one analyst that covers GameStop, so I don't know. I get wanting to wanting to have investors invest in GameStop, but how many people do you think are actually even looking at it? Because I would argue not many. I think if there was more people actually looking at it, the price would be much higher, potentially. And, anytime anyone does look at it, Ryan Cohen comes in and fucking anyone anytime anyone's looking at it, Ryan Cohen comes in and he's like, let's raise some money. Let's raise more money. Let's raise more money. That's what I can imagine. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't have any expectations. What's up, Kristen? What's up, Moose again? Because Berkshire Hathaway or Warren Buffett only invest in companies that have a moat, but whatever, just a question. I don't know what you mean by moat. I don't know what you mean by that. Berkshire invests in profitable companies that he thinks will be worth more in the future. That's so I don't really understand what you're saying. I think when GME is at book value, like we saw where it was in One Set Channel, that's when big boys are heavily adding. The sandward of price action is going to help GME in the long run. People are adding when there's volume. And there's been a lot of volume lately. Whoever was buying at 21.55, it's probably either Ryan Cohen along with retail, or maybe Kitty was, We watched a live stream recently where Kitty talks about a breakout and how he's forced to add when a stock breaks out and then retraces. So it's very high possibility Kitty was the one adding there, but with 172 million volume on the day, people were probably adding the whole way down. And then 59 million volume the next day, people were probably adding the whole way down. And 31 million volume the next day, I mean, someone was probably adding, but people with a lot of money, they rely on volume. It has really nothing, like, you think someone who has, I don't know, how much is 10 million shares of GameStop? Times 23. So you think someone who has $230 million can buy when GameStop's trading at a 5 million volume, 11 million volume for the whole day? They can't buy. They can't buy. The time these huge volume times are, these are the times people are buying because it doesn't affect the price. If someone with $230 million wanted to come and buy a fat position on a day where it's trading 7 million, 6 million, 4 million, they would massively move the stock price. But if you're buying when 170 million, 60 million, 30 million, you can buy without really affecting the stock price. So, yeah, I don't know. At least that's how I look at it. Or this day really made me look at it more that way. Like, I just, if you have a lot of money, you're not really buying on these days. You need volume. So, I don't know. Finally recovered from the weekend. Nice. My fucking stomach hurts, dude. I'm like dying. I was so clapped this morning and I forced myself to go to the gym. I was like actually dying. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit the stair climber. And I was dying. It was a good time though. Gonna keep adding everyone buying the dip. It's a no-brainer. Okay. That's nice. Wait, you bought like 10 shares on the dip? Okay. I don't know. Like, good for you. Like, don't tell everyone what they should do. Like saying everyone buying the dip, it's a no-brainer. Like, you don't know other people's financial situation. You don't know if you can think what you want about GameStop. You can think it's a good investment, whatever you want, but doesn't mean it's going to go up again. You can think whatever you want, but this is the stock market, my friend. The stock market doesn't give a fuck what you think. The stock market doesn't care how you feel. So, you can just type things in the chat, but when reality hits, like it did the past week, you let me know. You let me know. They'll just set it up to buy when it's at VWAP, slowly DCA in. Like I said, they'll buy when they can. They like people with money don't care about the price. They're trying to get in when they can. They're trying to get in without manipulating the price too much. And the shorts obviously don't give a shit. They just short it whenever they want. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. When people come in here and be like, "Oh, it's time to buy the dip," that just worries me. That just makes me think it's going down more because you guys are usually never right, unfortunately. I mean, of course, I bought more, but when I see all these people coming in here talking about it's time to buy the dip and the stock's not going to go down more because of the cash, yada fucking yada, that worries me. That worries me. I don't when people think they're smart, that worries me. Larry live on X. I don't know. I went to CWS games, was awesome. What the hell is that? I don't know what CWS is. Sup, Hugh G? He/she could buy me a few shares. Wait, what? What's up, Trader Twin Dad? Hussein Sauce, what's up? Y'all don't know what CWS is? What the fuck? I don't watch baseball. I don't watch sports. So of course I don't know what that is. Wrestling and UFC is a sport. Debatable whether wrestling's a sport, but it's sports entertainment. But UFC, I don't really watch UFC. watch UFC. I don't know. Is wrestling a sport? That's very debatable. Is wrestling a sport? I don't know. I guess it kind of could be. It's a weird sport, that's for sure. It's a definite weird sport. That's so annoying that this trade is playing out. Oh well. Whatever. Who cares? What do you guys usually discuss in this stream? Whatever someone brings to the chat to talk about, or we find a piece of news that we want to talk about. The market's selling off as well. That makes sense. New Chase Sapphire Reserve card perks. What do we got? Jeez, that's a massive annual fee though. 2,700 in annual benefits though. Let's see. Doubles the value of points used for select travel offers. New 500 annual credit at its hotel. Oh, that's fire. Damn. If you're like a traveler, if you're a traveler, this is crazy. 300 dining credit at restaurants that are part of Sapphire Reserve exclusive tables. 300 credit for purchases at StubHub and Viagogo. I don't know what those are. Free sub to Apple. Damn. That's wild. It's a lot of perks. What's the exact definition of a sport then? Look it up. Good point. Definition of sport. An activity involving physical exertion and skill that is governed by a set of rules or customs and often undertaken competitively. Yeah, I mean, I guess wrestling is a sport then. I guess wrestling is a sport if you're using that definition, because it's definitely physically exerting skill that's governed by a set of rules. I mean, there are rules in wrestling, sort of, kind of, or customs, and often undertaken competitively. And I feel like it's, I mean, maybe somewhat competitive, I guess, even though it's like somewhat rehearsed. It's like, I feel like it's in a gray area, but I don't know. What's up, DC? Day trading or holding long? Both. Sometimes I trade, but I mostly hold. So, I don't know. First time that GameStop actually offers same-day delivery on some items. Not sure if it's new, but pretty cool. They've had same-day delivery for a while. I don't think that's anything new. Pretty sure they're partnered with DoorDash to do that. But that's been a thing for a while. I used to get GameStop orders all the time when I was door dashing hella, but I would never take them because they were usually trash. I'm a traveler. What's this? $7.95 annual fee. I mean, it's $2,700 in annual value though, so $800 annual fee doesn't mean much. when you're getting, well, assuming you use all the value, but $800 fee doesn't matter when you're getting over $2,000 worth of value. That's what I was saying. You have to be like a real traveler. You gotta be a real traveler. Because if you're not taking advantage of all the perks, then, you know, 800 annual fee is ridiculous. Knocked on this old dude's door today, just doing my thing, and he said World War III about to break out. When the hell that happened? Yeah, that guy watches too much CNN. He's on Facebook too much. You all hear the man, the sole survivor on the Indian plane crash? Yeah, I saw that. Haven't really followed up on that story, though. Guess wrestling's a sport, not mad about it. I think that's why they call it sports entertainment, though, because it's kind of a sport, but it's mostly entertainment. It's mostly entertainment. Like, is it, I don't know, with that definition, is it really a sport if the outcome's already expected? Or is the after, or what's the, what, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but if the outcome of the match is already determined, is it really a sport? I don't know. You do options when you day trade? No, options are stupid. Options are dumb. It's a waste of time to trade options. Sup, Survive and Thrive. Hope you're doing good. Trump is posting some more wild shit than normal. I wouldn't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Doesn't affect my life, so I don't pay attention to it. Don't care what Trump has to say. Don't care. I would say it's not a sport in any way, shape, or form. See, that's, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's so annoying seeing this trade play out. It's so annoying seeing that trade play out. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter, but it is annoying. It sucks being so good at trading. Like, I'll be honest. It sucks being a good trader. Because you just see everything before it happens, and then it happens, and then you're like, ah. Yep. Shit's funny. Oh well. It is what it is. You don't pay attention to what Trump says? Why would I? Why would I care? Still nothing on the bonds. No, they're not gonna say anything. They didn't announce the completion of it last time either. They gave you the date that it was going to be complete, and I think that's it. I don't think they announced that they completed it or not. Pretty sure they don't. Won't be news till after hours. They probably won't even post anything about it. They already told you when it was going to be complete. So, you know, they wouldn't even need to post about it. They literally already told you. Why aren't you making videos anymore? I live stream every single day, so I don't know what you're talking about. What made you day trade today? What did you base it off of? Buy low, sell high. It's pretty simple. You buy the shares low and then you sell them higher than what you bought them for. It's pretty easy. Literally takes no skill. Takes 0 skill to trade. What was said to happen today? I don't know what you're asking. All they said was that the bond purchase would be completed today. And that's it. Do they have to announce that they completed it? No. I'm pretty sure they didn't announce it last time. So. How much were you hoping to make off a GameStop day trade? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I'm making and what I'm doing. Worry about yourself. That's not even, who gives a fuck what the dollar amount is. Like, what? Why does that even matter? The dollar amount is the last thing that matters. Like, literally, who cares? We are here to learn from you. Well, the dollar amount of the trade doesn't fucking matter. You don't learn anything by the dollar amount of the trade. How are you gonna learn anything from that? Whether I made $10, $50, $100, $1,000, that doesn't matter. Literally. It does, because I'll know how much I should go for. Well, now you're getting clapped, because if you think you're gonna follow me and just do what I do, then you're in the wrong stream. There's a hundred other streams you can go to and follow them. But if you think you're gonna be in my stream and follow me and do what I do, you're in the wrong place. I'm not gonna let you, and I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing. So fuck off. Learn to think for yourself. Quit worrying about what I'm doing. Use your brain. Make your own trade. The percent matters, not the dollars. None of that stuff matters. Literally. How would percent matter but not dollars? That doesn't. I don't agree with that. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. If you make 100% on $100, or 1% on $10,000, is that right? Or 1% on $100,000, it's the same outcome. So percent doesn't matter either. What you do, how you approach the trade matters, but I'm not going to tell that guy how I approach the trade, because he's just trying to follow me, and he needs to think for himself. If anyone who listened to what I was talking about yesterday, you would have sold a little bit at $29.69 or $23.69, and you would have been able to buy the dip. So there you go. I mean, that's what matters, is where you're placing these trades. But it's, I don't know. I'm not going to tell people how to trade, because ultimately, I don't even want you to trade, because you shouldn't even be trading. It's just gambling. You should go get a job and go, like, make money. If you really need money, you shouldn't be trying to fucking get it out of the stock market. You should be getting a job. And, that's coming from the person who literally doesn't even have a job. So. I don't know. Cordell, what is one thing you could teach the world that you feel would be most beneficial? See this phone right here? Delete every single app you have and only use it to call people and text people, I guess. That's probably the most beneficial thing I could teach. Get rid of every social media you have. Ignore what stupid people say. Like, I guess just have less exposure to people. That would be the most beneficial thing I think I could teach someone. And in some way that isn't beneficial, because networking is very valuable. But if you take things very seriously and you get stressed out easily or have anxiety or whatever it may be, stop looking at social media. Stop looking at the news. Stop caring what the stock market's doing. Whether it's up fucking 1% today or down 1%. Like, who gives a fuck? Stop worrying about all the little things that everyone else cares about. Because all these little things that add stress to your life will never benefit you. Like, who cares what the stock market price is? Who cares what your fucking person you don't even talk to from high school 20 years ago, 10 years, I don't fucking know. Who cares what the person you used to be friends with in high school is posting about? Like, how is that going to benefit you? Like, I don't know. That's less exposure to the world would be more beneficial for a lot of people. And yeah. But that's not something I can teach because people are super addicted to dopamine and they'll never put their phones down. They'll never do this. So, this is why I don't talk about it, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time for me to talk about it, and it's a waste of time for you to listen to it, because none of you are going to do it. Let's see. How about dildo? Less social media, less digital media. Waste of time, no gains, no real gains. Less connectivity, yeah. All volume, no gains. Well, you are also streaming like 9 hours a day, so slightly confusing advice. Yeah, I think it's different when you're making content for social media. But if you're just sitting consuming it all day, it's completely different. You should be a creator, not a consumer, if you're going to do anything on social media. Because, I don't know, from my experience, I've I don't find any value consuming anything on social media. Every now and then there'll be a YouTube video or something that's interesting and whatever, but how people sit and scroll shorts all day and just like consume all of that shit, I don't know how you guys do it, bro. I literally can't do it. Scrolling through shorts makes me feel like an idiot. So I don't know. I can only speak from my experience. When I stopped when I stopped consuming social media, my life got exponentially better. When I stopped caring about what other people think, what they're doing, how they view the world, my life got exponentially better. Less stressful. Less I mean, the people, when I literally said I don't care what Trump says, and there was a couple people who were like, you don't listen to Trump? It's like, no, I don't. I don't give a shit what Trump has to say, because I live my life. What Trump is saying, what Trump is doing, doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Zero things that a Trump is doing affects me. Zero things that 99.9% of the world cares about doesn't affect me. So, I don't know. It's hard for me to... That's all I can say. If you can disconnect, I think your life will get better. I don't know. Like I said, I understand the value of networking. I understand the value of social media. I'm not blind, but all I'm saying is when I got off all that shit and stopped caring, my life got way better. So, I don't know. That's like probably the best advice I can give. besides like go to the gym. That's besides go to the gym, I don't know what other advice I could give that I think would be very valuable. Sure, investing in the stock market's valuable, I guess, but not really. The stocks go up, stocks go down. You're just betting on something. You're just kind of gambling in a lot of ways. Sure, it's investing, whatever, but I've seen a lot of investments do nothing but go down for 5, 10 years, so nobody knows what's going to happen with this. You should be focused on things you can actually control. So, that's why that's my advice, because I think that's something you can control. I think the thoughts in your brain and the things you think about and the things you care about, you can control them in a lot of ways. And I also think that I think a lot of thoughts that are in your brain aren't even your real thoughts because of how much you consume stuff. I think a lot of people's thoughts in their brain are just implanted there because you consume so much of that, of what you believe in. So it, instead of being able to see both sides, you're just filling your beliefs, or you're increasing your belief system more and more for that one topic. And whether that's a good thing or not is debatable. Does it hurt your soul to produce social media content? It depends. When I was, it depends. I enjoy making videos and I enjoy live streaming, so it doesn't feel like it hurts my soul. If I felt like this stream was a detractor from my life, I wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't care. Like, I'm not. The only reason I do this stream is because I enjoy it. And from my perspective, I think I'll get more out of this stream in the long run than I will just working a normal job. And it's the same effort. Honestly, I think the stream's more effort than going and being fucking a drone at a job. Like, a job, for me, like, it's not. And of course there's hard jobs, but I don't think there's any. I don't know. I just find more value in the stream, even though, short term and potentially long term too. The stream's a gamble. Getting a job would just be easy, and, I would have a lot more money. I'd be able to buy more GameStop. In a lot of ways, getting a job and just chilling and not caring about views or what people say in my stream or what you guys are doing, like, in a lot of ways, just getting a job and living a normal life is fucking sick. But I like the stream. I enjoy it, and we'll see what happens. 5, 10 years from now, we'll see where we're at. But nah, the stream doesn't really hurt me because I enjoy it. If I had to make content I didn't enjoy because I got a bunch of views and stuff, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. I'm here for fun while I work. Or while working, as a matter of fact. I'm texting too much, enjoying. Much love, Ruben. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. We've been spoiled with volume lately. Didn't even notice it was 20 mil. I haven't even looked. Or I probably have looked. I just. What is it, The volume doesn't mean much. Do you live in the United States? You have a weird outlook on that? Yeah, I live in the US. My bad that I don't care what some political figure is saying when it doesn't affect my life at all. I think a lot of people, and I know this for a fact because I've talked to people about this, I think a lot of people think what Trump is doing, you name it, whatever subject or thing people care about, I think they think that it affects their lives more than it actually does. So, when I say I don't listen to Trump, some of you guys might think that's weird because you think that whatever he's talking about, whatever he's doing, affects your life. But from my perspective, it doesn't. So who's really right? You know, that's debatable, but I would argue if you stopped consuming all this nonsense, that you would start to think the same way I do. That a lot of this stuff doesn't matter. Because the only reason it matters is because you're consuming it every day. If you didn't consume it every day, you wouldn't even know what's going on. Just like me. I don't even fucking know. I mean, I actually, you know, I'm pretty aware of what's going on. But I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. Because it's not gonna, unless they're busting in my door, you know, it's not affecting me. And I would like to see them do that. Because we're both gonna be dead. We're both gonna be dead if they bust in my door, so until that day happens, you know, it's not affecting me. And if, you know, if we're both just gonna die anyway, then it probably doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter. Bot has entered the chat, or that kid was salty and created an alt. Oh, maybe. I didn't even see his message. This is what it is. Social engineering is really a powerful tool, especially coupled with social media platforms and content. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Like, if you can create value from social media, sure, you know, it's the most valuable thing in the world. But most of you aren't creating value from social media. Most of you are just consuming, and sure, you know, it gives you the little dopamine hit. You know, it kills time when you want time to be killed. I understand all that stuff. But if you're like stressed out, if like what Trump says stresses you out, if what you see on social media stresses you out, like all the fucking like all the riots and all that stuff, like if that stuff makes you like all emotional and stresses you out and makes you feel some type of way, then it's not benefiting you. In a lot of ways, you probably like the feeling. You know, you probably like that angry feeling. That's why you keep chasing it. Do job and stream. I could. I could. I could also, you know, find other things to do. I could go walk dogs. You know, there's other things to do. The dip is dope. Yeah, it's I mean, it's annoying for me seeing this trade play out, but it is what it is. It still hasn't hit 2269 yet, so we're not quite there, but it is kind of annoying seeing the trade play out to exactly how I thought it was going to. It's very annoying. So yeah, like I'll say this: the one detriment of this stream is I have to watch the stock price at GameStop every day. Like if I didn't stream, I would give zero fucks what this stock is doing. I wouldn't even look at it. Straight up. I wouldn't even look at it. Unless I had money to buy more, I would open up the fucking app and I would buy more. But like that's the detriment of this stream, is having to watch my investment because I don't care what happens to it. So I will say that there is one detriment to the stream. Is detriment even the right word? Detriment definition. Damage, harm, or loss. Yeah, that's a fair word. It does cause me damage. Not really like in the way that I get annoyed when it goes down. It's just I literally don't give a fuck what's happening with this stock. So it's like, you know, when you see it go up, you get a little excited. When you see it go down, you're like, eh. Like even that like small feeling is detrimental to me. I would have a much better quality, much better mental quality of life if I wasn't watching this stock every day. So I don't, that could go with the social media thing, A lot of you guys probably shouldn't even look at GameStop. A lot of you guys shouldn't even be looking at the stock market. I bet I would argue a lot of you would have a way better quality of life if you stopped looking at this and stopped caring about the daily little fucking price movements. Oh no, it dropped fucking 80 cents from the high. Oh no. Oh no. It's going down. Like, a lot of you guys would benefit from not even looking at this stock. I'm telling you, bro. We just went on rant mode, bro. Straight rant mode right now. Ricks and Gracie, what's up, bro? People put so much time and energy into bullshit. Yep. It does affect lots of lives, but you can't control it, so watching won't help you. How does it affect a lot of lives? Besides, if you're an illegal and you're getting sent back to your country from ICE, how does it affect a lot of lives? I understand the ICE stuff. I'm not blind to that. I know how hard of a process it is to get citizenship and all that. So I understand why people are upset about that, and I'm not blind to that. But besides that, which probably none of you know anyone who's an illegal, are an illegal. So, a lot of you guys aren't even in the United States. So how does that affect you? Social media is for fun, for clicks and trolling equals waste of time. A healthy consumption of social media for networking and gains that can improve life can be beneficial. Yeah, exactly. And if you find value in social media, if you find value scrolling and wasting your time, that's fine. Like, but I'm just answering the question that was asked and how I feel. Because I think a lot of people would have a better quality of life if they just deleted every app they have on their phone and never looked at it. Truer words haven't been spoken, Corey. It doesn't affect all of us at all. It's all a distraction and noise. Yeah. You'll see when it affects you. And then we can talk about it. But for now, it's just blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. What's up, Rosh? How you doing? Tax cuts, hikes, tariff decisions affecting global commerce, wars affecting oil prices, etc., etc. Just thinking on the fly. Oh, so you might have to pay like another $1 for gas. Like I don't know. In my mind, that stuff doesn't matter. That doesn't affect me. Tax cuts, that benefits me. Tax hikes probably doesn't affect me. I'm not rich. Tariffs probably don't affect me. I don't own a export business or an import business, so it doesn't affect me. Sure, some of the prices in the grocery store might go up higher. Okay, I'll work another hour or two. Maybe in that scenario it affects a little bit, but that's very debatable. Very debatable. And oil, kind of the same with tariffs. Kind of the same with tariffs, I'll make a little more and I'll pay for the increased oil. But oil prices will come back down eventually. The tariffs will probably get, they'll probably figure that out eventually, and it probably won't be as bad as people think it is. And from my perspective, it's not as bad as people have been talking about it. Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but it doesn't seem as bad as initially people thought it was going to be. And maybe we haven't seen the full effects of the tariffs yet. We'll see. How would I be depressed about GME price action if I deleted them all? I don't know what you mean by that. I'll never delete Corey. He's in my top 5 friends on MySpace. MySpace, man, what a good website. What a good website. Well, if we're just talking about you, fair enough. I was thinking more broadly. Well, I'm thinking broadly as well. Like tax cuts and hikes only affect the rich. Tariffs probably don't affect your average person as much as people want to think it does. From my perspective, it hasn't really done much. But I also, I don't know. I don't know how much tariffs have actually affected people, and I would argue most of you don't either, so I just don't think that's a conversation we can have. And oil's been down for the past 3 to 4 months, so I don't know. Oil was going down and gas prices weren't going down with oil. So does oil prices fluctuating really matter that much? Debatable. I think that's debatable. I mean, oil's just back where it was early April, February. Like, oil's kind of just back to where it was. I don't know. I heard tariffs won't be hitting till Christmas. They already have tariffs out. They put a lot of delays and stuff, but there's already a lot of tariffs in place. What? What is this thing? Holy. Holy. That's crazy. When a penny stock goes to $70, that's crazy. It's biotech, though. Just a little biotech. I wasn't saying oil was up. I was saying political decisions kick prices around that matter to people who are already on the breadline kind of thing. Yeah, but I just... I don't know. Debatable. It's just debatable. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if you weren't consuming social media all the time and nonsense, your brain would actually like work and you'd come up with ideas and you'd be able to think of things, and maybe you'd be able to come up with a good idea to make more money instead of just getting angry at what's happening in the world. I don't know, just a thought. Just a thought. If your mind was a little more free, do you think you would be on the breadline? I don't know. I don't know. But I guess the last thing I'll say about this is tax cuts, hikes, tariff decisions, wars, even if it does affect you, does sitting there consuming it every day benefit you? When the tax cuts and hikes come and they actually affect me, I say me, but when I say me, I mean your average person. When the cuts and hikes come, I'll deal with that. When the tariffs start affecting me, I'll deal with that. When the wars start affecting the oil prices and it starts affecting me, I'll deal with that. But just sitting consuming it, how does that benefit you? When it starts affecting you, sure, take action, figure it out. But sitting and consuming it every day and sitting there, whether it's gonna happen or not, that's not gonna benefit you. That's that's the whole point I was trying to get across. Had nothing to do with what's going on in the world. Few cents here and there is okay for some, not so much for others. It's too complex to be putting blanket statements on. When you say debatable, it'd be a long one. Yep. What's up, David? Working and listening while I'm stuck at work. Nice, bro. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Agree. That was my first statement, that it affects millions but can't control it. Yeah. But I'm a human who lives in this world, and I see the world, and I don't see how this stuff has affected anything. I don't live where, maybe somewhere in the world it does, and I just don't see it. But I've never seen it. I've never seen anything on social media. I mean, besides maybe COVID, I guess, but COVID benefited me more than anything, so I don't know. I know it fucked over a lot of people, but COVID was a very quick thing. Very unique scenario. But other than that, I've never seen something on social media and have it affect me in the real world. I've never seen it. I've seen prices and stuff go up, fluctuate, whatever. But that's economics. That's just how the world works. What's up, Marcelo? Living in Israel. It's temporary. Great time to load more, because after Iran won't be nuclear, there will be peace in the Middle East. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I've seen the stock market rally in the face of potential wars, so I don't know how much that actually matters. Stock market goes up and down and up and down and up and down. So, I don't know. I would never base my investment decisions off of geopolitical, is that the right word? Geopolitical events. I think that's the right word. I need to go to the bathroom though. I'll be right back. I'm back. Rally was an answer to the mini X work today and I was stuck on it. Wait, what? I don't even know what you're talking about, Moose. Mini X word. What is that? Oh, crossword. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm gonna drop this topic, but I just want to point out one more thing. I have seen things, happen and then seen it affect the real world, but only economics. Economics is the only thing I've ever paid attention to. And when something happens here, you can see it in the real world. And the only recent example I can give are eggs, because that's just the most recent example of this. Oops. I don't know why I did candles, but there was that when they had that little bird flu thing and eggs were in shortage, and eggs went from back in October from $2 a dozen to over $8 a dozen. During this 4-month period, you did see change in the world. You saw eggs go up drastically. But what did this have to do with the news? What did this have to do with anything? Besides obviously the bird flu thing, like that's, why this happened. But did some political figure or something say something about eggs and then the price of eggs shot up? No. There was some, event in the world. I mean, you could say this is similar to COVID in a lot of ways. Just some random event. Just some random just event. I know that I'm looking for a different word, but I can't say it. So random event happens, a flu, whatever it may be, and you see a reaction. When someone's just talking about tariffs, oh no, prices are gonna go up because of tariffs. Oh no. You show me an economic chart. You show me an economic chart that shows that tariffs are affecting prices. You find me one, and then I will agree with you. But until that day, and you can't say oil, oil's only going up because of the tensions in the Middle East, and also, $60 oil is really cheap in general. So I just, yeah. If those things that people care about actually affect the world, you show me the economic data that proves that. And that's the last thing I'll say about that. You show me the economic data that proves what is happening, what these people are talking about, is having an effect on the world. Because I don't see it. My views on the world are highly, highly based on economics. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. You won't see, you don't watch. I'll see. I look at economics every single day of my life. I'll see it. I won't need a news thing to tell me either. I'll see the prices going up, and then I'll be able to dictate what it's from as it's happening. I 100% agree with that. Economics is all, but now it's overreacting behavior. Yeah. And I don't know how me telling people to get off social media turned into this long conversation, but it is what it is. It is what it is, you know? Minneapolis been raging recently, so I've seen social media impact my real world, but that's pretty rare. What do you mean by raging? Social media impacting the way other people view the world and how other people talk and how they act. Like, yeah, that was the whole point of why I told people to get off social media. So you're not like that. If that's, what you're saying, because I don't necessarily know what you mean by Minneapolis is raging. If people are getting upset and, social media is affecting the way they act, that's the whole point I was trying to make, or why I even started talking about what I was talking about. You can actually track eggs. Eggs were the real Moas. Yeah, you can track everything. You can literally track everything on this website. Literally everything. You can go to commodities, oil, natural gas, coal, ethanol, uranium, propane, methanol, gold, silver, copper, steel, lithium, palladium, or platinum, iron ore, titanium, soybeans, wheat, lumber, cheese, milk, rubber, orange juice, coffee, cotton, rice, canola, oat, wool, sugar, cocoa, tea, sunflower oil, barley, butter, potatoes, corn. Like, you can literally track everything in this world. You can track every single thing in this world. Cobalt, lead, aluminum, tin, zinc, nickel, palladium, rhodium. You name it, man. You name it. Feeder cattle, live cattle, lean hogs, beef, poultry, eggs, salmon. Like, you can track fucking everything, bro. So, when all this stuff starts ripping in value and it gets exponentially overpriced, then I'll agree with you, alright? Then I'll agree with you. I'll be like, alright, tariffs took a toll. Tariffs made things happen. It made it bad. It made things more expensive. You name it. When all this stuff starts ripping, then we can then I will agree with you. But orange juice is down 50% in the past 4 months. So obviously it's not affecting orange juice. I mean, that's just one example. Sure, canola oil's up 20%, but I bet that's for a reason, not because of tariffs. That's everything that's up right now, and as far as all this stuff goes, commodities and stuff, I'm sure it can be explained. But, you have to dive in and yada yada. The egg one, the egg one I just know about because it's the most recent, and I was actually, I actually just saw the effects, and I just saw it in real time. All this other stuff, like I don't really follow it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Economics pretty much tells all. Get a COVID shot? No. Why would I get a COVID shot? There was some insane drug bust, and people thought ICE was deporting people. Basically rioted, shut down some highways for a bit. Some manhunt thing happened over the weekend. Oh, interesting. And I mean, see, that's just, they're trying to do good, and because of the things posted on social media, the things people consume, the way it changes the way they think and how they act, it was actually a really good thing. They were doing a drug bust, but because of social media, they thought it was people getting deported. That's why I said what I said. That's literally why I said get off social media. That's why I think that's the most beneficial thing to people, because you're just changing the way you think, honestly. You're just changing the way you think. And in a lot of ways, you're probably not even thinking your own thoughts. You're thinking whatever thoughts are implanted in your brain from the fucking nonsense you consume. You won't see it. You don't what? Let's see. I was thinking specifically listening to Trump and what he says and does affect people all over the world. Yeah, but it doesn't. It literally doesn't. It affects how they think and how they act. But I haven't seen any economic effect from anything Trump has done. Sure, exports were down a little bit. I think it was exports. Something was down quite a bit on economics. I think it was exports. I can't remember, but I don't know, it was imports. So there was this. There was this little effect, but imports were up more than they'd ever been for the past 3 months because people were so terrified of tariffs and they were trying to flood the country with goods before the tariffs hit. So, of course, imports are down this month. And, I don't know. Maybe we need more time to see the actual effects. It's only been 5-6 months. 4 months of data, pushing 5 months of data. So not very long in the world of economics. So maybe you'll see more. But I don't know, man. Trump flew over my house the other day. Really? You saw it? You saw Air Force One, bro, in the flesh? That's sick. That's sick. You believe in catalyst events that affect the market? I don't know what you're asking. Streams are kind of social media. I mean, I'm saying this, and you know, in a lot of ways, if you followed this action, it would be negative to my stream, but it doesn't mean I'm going to change my view. I think a lot of people shouldn't be watching this stream. You know? I really do. Some of the things I say are probably ridiculous. Like I don't know. I get on here and just talk for hours. Like sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, you know, in some ways this stream might be bad for you. But I also don't play on my viewers' emotions. I don't try to make you guys think any certain type of way. I just like tell you how I live my life and I talk about what I know. So I just, you know, I don't think this stream is really a bad thing because we don't there could be bad aspects of the stream for sure. And I mean, I think you would have a better mental space if you didn't watch this stream or social media in general. I really believe that. Well, there's millions currently wondering whether he's going to help bomb their homeland. Yeah. Keyword there. Currently wondering. Has it happened? Did he do it? You can like that's literally the point I'm trying to make. Has it happened? It hasn't affected him yet. It's a lot of fear. It's a lot of fear being pumped out, but has it happened yet? No. So therefore, is it worth your time to consume it? And the way it makes you feel, the way it affects your emotions, I would say no. Until you're getting bombed, doesn't matter. When you're getting bombed by the US, okay, I agree. It matters. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like sitting there worrying, it's not helpful. Does Corey have good sources of information? Nah, that guy sucks. Shouldn't even be here. That guy sucks. Corey's a loser. Corey's a loser, bro. If you have an accountable conversation with him. What was the news that GameStop was hinting at? I don't even know what you're asking. Crazy helicopter parade with ospreys? Oh, that's sick, dude. That sounds badass. I think everyone thought was some sort of arcade. When it gets announced, you'll know. When it gets announced, you'll know. He won't tell us what Ryan Cohen said. Oh, Corey, you're the best. Hey, much love, Marcelo. Much love. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. We should probably stick to simpler topics, Corey. I mean, this is a very simple topic. You guys are just making it more complicated by throwing in hypothetical scenarios when all I was trying to say is get off social media and your mind will thank you. You'll have a better state of mind. You'll live an overall better life. And that's literally all I was trying to say. And then you guys had to throw in these hypothetical scenarios to make it more complicated than it actually is when it's very simple. Delete all your apps, stop consuming bullshit, and your life's going to be better. It's very simple. You can throw in all the hypothetical situations you want. You can throw in all the exceptions to the rule you want, but doesn't change my mind. I'm not going to change the way I think. The statement, the point I was trying to make still stands. Like everything, it's 50-50. Why worry? I mean, is it even 50-50 though? It could, it could be 50-50, but how likely is it a lot of the stuff you consume on social media is even going to happen? I don't know if it's even 50-50. I think it's just the ultimate marketing tool to keep you consuming nonsense. To play on your emotions. To play on your emotions every single day so you'll come back and check the app and see what's happening next. Sup, Caitlin? Some things you say kind of seem like you're pulling it out of a hat. I'm just talking my truth, bro. You can think whatever you want, but I'm just talking about how I view the world. You can think whatever you want. Corey don't even own shares. My bad, thought I missed it. Thought maybe it was announced. Oh no, you'll know. You'll know when it gets announced. I forget, not everyone gets our humor. Well, it's also, what's the word? Why do I always forget words? Sarcasm doesn't show in text. You know? Sarcasm really doesn't show in text. The site you showed us is cool. Looks like I bought the dip for my house. Nice. Yeah, Trading Economics. It's a good website. I agree with the social media bit. I was saying there's bad. Never mind. No, you're good. You're good. What's up, Matthew? How you how you doing, Matthew? I can't tell if he's trolling. What would I be trolling? I don't get how I'd be trolling, but okay. Fail to understand his stance on things. The only social media I consume currently revolves around fishing reports. Pretty innocent, I feel. Yeah, you find value in that though, and that seems, for someone who's a fisherman, that seems very valuable. But what in the little bit of time you consume that, what else do you see? Because maybe you're not actively consuming the other stuff you see, but you are seeing it. But I mean, that sounds chill. But fishing reports don't pollute your mind. It's giving you real factual data that's right in front of your face. So I think that's beneficial. But could you find those fishing reports somewhere else instead of getting it on? I don't know where you're getting it from, but if you're getting it from Facebook, I don't fucking know. If you're getting it from Facebook, could you get that same information on a website somewhere? So you don't have to go on Facebook and read all the retarded stuff on Facebook. Like, is there another way you could get that information? No, really, I can read sarcasm. Y'all just missed that class in school. Bunch of skippers. That wasn't a class. We all know you didn't go to class. We know you. We know what you were doing. We know what you were doing. You didn't go to class. They don't teach that shit in school. Does he do technical analysis or just click buttons? I just talk. Bro. I just live my life. I don't need to draw lines on charts. Doesn't benefit anyone. Same old shitty recycled memes kind of pisses me off. See, that's, I'll let him answer that. Wait, what did I don't know what I answered. Just like how most people don't learn financial literacy in schools, either unless you're taking a finance, math, or accounting course. Yeah. It's definitely I mean, even in a lot of those like finance courses and stuff. I mean, I've never taken a finance course, so I don't exactly know, but I'd argue a lot of the information is outdated and potentially not very useful. I'm sure there's a lot of information that is useful, but I've never taken a finance or an accounting course, so I don't necessarily know. He didn't even go to class. Bueller. That was a goody good. We've discussed this. Sure. Drown is drowning in the devil's lettuce. So how do you pick your buy points? When I have money, I buy. It's pretty simple. If I have extra money, I buy. And then I hold. And then if I feel like trading, I buy at the price that I think is the support and sell at the price that I think is resistance. It's very simple. Like, why do people think like trading is this complicated thing when it's literally you click the fucking button and you're in the position, and then you click the button again and you're out of the position, and you can even just click the button and have the position ready for you to buy without even looking at the market. And then the same with the sell side. You can have your sell ready without even having to be there. Like, I don't know. Trading's really not that complicated. It's very simple, actually. Can't get info anywhere. People use Facebook to post what they catch. I feel my algo doesn't show me negative shit. If you go looking for it, then you're just one of those seek the bad news. Yeah, but if you start consuming that type of news, it feeds you more of it because it's gonna feed you whatever keeps you on the app slash website longer. So yeah, there is that aspect of it, but I would just argue most people seek out that, or even if they're not seeking it out, they get fed a couple times, and that's the thing they consume, or not necessarily consume, but your phone and the algorithm, because you watched that little video longer than whatever you're interested in, it's going to start feeding you more of that nonsense because you gave the algorithm more screen time for that piece of content, I guess. So it's going to feed you more of that content because it thinks you're going to stay on the app longer if it keeps feeding you that content. These are facts Reddit and Facebook told me. He always said, if you think you can time the market, you're a fool. I mean, I do say that, but it's mostly just for your average person because I feel like I'm pretty good at timing the market and predicting what the market's going to do. I just don't act on it because I'm an idiot, apparently. But so, just for your average person, I try to push them away from trading because I think it would never benefit them. And I think it would take a really long time for you to even get to the point where you can predict the market and make good trades. So it's probably not even worth it for you. That's why I don't promote it and don't talk about it, because I think there's many other things you can do that'll be way more beneficial with your time. Because you can put all the time and effort you want into trading and get zero return. Like, straight up, you could learn everything there is to know about trading, and you can still be a losing trader. So, the reason why I talk so against trading is because I think it's a waste of time for most people. And I'm also speaking from experience because I've wasted a lot of fucking time learning about trading, and I don't even use it because I know it's just gambling. I think throughout this GameStop trade, there's been plenty of opportunities, but I'm not in GameStop for a day trade. I should be, I definitely should be at this point, but that's not why I'm here. So I try to push people away from that because if I think it's not that valuable, then maybe it is valuable to other people, but I feel like I know the market very well. I think I'm very in tune with it, and I don't even use it because I think the long game is better. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. So far, I've been wrong. So far, I've been very wrong. Trading has been the better play. But it's still early. It's only been a year. We're still very early. I need to go to the bathroom, though. Oh yeah. Hang on, what have you been wrong about? There's still time and you're holding for the long term, so you're not wrong yet. I've just I've just had the feeling to sell every single time there's been a moment to sell, and I've just my trader instinct has been correct every single time. So, you know, from my perspective, I have been wrong about the trade thus far, because I would have made way, way, way more just trading it. And I'd have way more shares, if I still had that long-term mindset. Debatable, if I was just trading this, I probably wouldn't be like a long-term participant. I would just be trading the price action. So, from that perspective, I have been wrong, but you're right. There is still time. I'm in it for the long term, so I haven't been wrong, but from a trader perspective, I have been wrong. And I feel like I've this is all personal. I've been doing this trading shit for a long time. I've been in the stock market for a long time. I feel like I've failed the trade thus far. I still think it's going to work. I think long term it's going to crush, whatever. But the past year, I have kind of failed this trade because of how easy it's been to trade. But, it's not why we're here. It's not why we're here. Where's Bay Nation? Get black and white English ETVs. Oh yeah, I forgot about that drop. Did anyone... I haven't seen Matt Romano in the chat today. So I don't know. Did anyone get that drop last night? I completely forgot about it. Just happened. Still happening? I thought it was at 6 last night. Where's it? Where's the drop? Walmart? They still have the pre-orders going. That's insane. I don't see it. Oh, Pokemon Center? Come on. You're supposed to call that out, bro. You're supposed to call that out, bro. Come on, bro. You're supposed to call that out. Pokemon Center? Not even a call out? Come on. There's a Pokemon Center drop and you're not even going to call it out? I mean, I guess you're calling it out now, but I feel like we're late here. Oh no, I can still pre-order. Okay. Well, that makes me not want to do it. If there's no queue, that makes me not want to do it. Makes me feel like this isn't gonna be that good of a set with no queue. That's a little weird. A little weird. Only one? I can only get one booster bundle? Does it have a Pokemon Center stamp on it? I don't think booster bundles have Pokemon Center stamps? Or is it only ETBs? It's looking like the booster bundle doesn't have a stamp. I think it's just ETBs, right? Technically, you've only lost out on the opportunity to make money, but you have not lost money. Yeah. But losing money doesn't mean it. Losing or making money doesn't mean much to me as a trader. Like, obviously, as a trader, that should be your benchmark for how well you're doing. But for me, I don't really care about the dollar amount so much as the actual trading. It's just yeah, like obviously the money part of it would be cool. Obviously, you know, maybe that's why I care more than I should, but it's more for me just the trade in general. Like I just feel like it was so easy, so simple, and you know, maybe that's just a feeling, and who knows if it would play out the way I thought it or I think it could have or would have or whatever, you know. It's all hindsight. It's all hindsight, but from my perspective, I've definitely failed trading it. And that's, you know, that's just a feeling. It's just hindsight. Whether it means anything or not, probably not. Probably doesn't matter at all. But it's just how I feel, man. I just take a lot of pride in trading, I guess, more than I should. Only limit one though. That's crazy, man. $50. $50 for 12 packs. Or 53, I guess. For about a little under $5 a pack. I might as well just pre-order it, right? It's only one. It's only limit one, so fuck it. We'll just pre-order it. It doesn't really seem like something I would want, but whatever. Whatever. I don't even have my card, do I? You know what? Fuck it. I don't even want it. I don't even want it. I do, but I don't, so I'm not gonna get it. Table it. Table the phone. I don't even want Pokemon. I don't even want Pokemon right now. Nations don't even Pokemon. What I heard from a homie in a text. Oh, well, I got it in immediately. There was no queue there. There was no queue there. I just don't have my cards in my car, and I don't necessarily think I want to buy Pokemon anyway. I probably should. I probably just should. Let's see if anyone's selling one. They're selling the sets for 130 already. So it's about $30 over 20-30 bucks over price. Like, look how many listings there are, bro. That's insane. Lots of hits in black and white set. Look for a red Victini promo if you're buying sealed of that set. In Japan, that promo card's $1,400. Damn. Damn. I spotted almost every sell area and ignored it because I thought the company is financially better situated than in the last 4 years. So it should reflect in price, but now we're back to the start, just with way more shares. Yeah. I didn't even like necessarily know the exact best time to sell. I just saw how excited people were getting about the price being up and how certain everyone was that it was going to continue to go up. And that made me, you know, be like, yeah, this is a huge selling point. And I didn't do it because I also believed, even though you guys all made it very clear that it wasn't going to continue to go up, I still believed as well. I'll be looking for black and white English every time we hit 30 or higher. I mean, I don't even base it off of that. I just base it on the fucking everyone's perception. Straight up. Everyone's perception makes it so easy because when everyone thinks, you know, that's why when people come in here and start talking about buying the dip and how this is the low and that it's not going to trade under its cash, like that shit worries me, man. That worries me how confident you guys are. It really does. It really worries me how confident you guys think you are. Sold that thing and doubled. Yeah, I mean, I sold a lot last year too, and I took good advantage of that. I took a good advantage of the little squeeze. Fumble a lot. I thought we won't go below 24. That's sadly a good sell sign to sell. Yeah, but at the same time, you know, it was just as likely it would keep going up. I mean, from my perspective, the only reason we're down is because of the bond offering. Like, there's no reason to short this stock anymore, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyone who feels the need to tell a random chat that a bottom is in just screams that they're gonna sell after another 50-cent dip. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, bro. Some people, nah. It just depends, I guess. But, you know, definitely a short-term mindset. From a fundamental perspective, it shouldn't go lower, but this is the stock market, so I would never be surprised by anything. It's like speaking insecurity out loud. Yeah. Well, it's just you know, they want to be that person to be like, "Yeah, I told you guys to buy the dip. I told you guys to buy the dip. Look at me." You know, that's probably more what it is. Everyone wants to be, and I told you so. I told you so. It's like, okay. Good for you. I think that's more what it is than anything. Whether they even bought or not is up for debate. Talking about 50 shares or something, never my whole stack. That's fair. I mean, I sold like 100, 200 shares back up in the 30s, but when you have thousands of shares, it seems like nothing in the grand scope. In the grand scheme of things, you know, selling a couple hundred shares out of thousands seems like nothing. Oh. It's simple. Wait till it has a little run. Check Corey's view count is over 150. Dump that shit. Straight up. Or I make a poll. You know, make a poll before the earnings. If everyone thinks it's gonna go up, it's time to sell. You remember 80% of the market thought GameStop was gonna go up back then? Well, I think that's what it was. 81%. 81% of people thought it was gonna go up. Yep. That's a good it's a good top signal apparently. You know, whether whether that pattern continues or not, that's up for debate, you know. That's also a thought I have in my head is, you know, they're gonna get the market used to selling at the 30s, you know. If it happens again, you know, if it goes up to the 30s again, Ryan does another senior bond and it sells off again, like they're gonna get comfortable, bro. They're gonna get comfortable selling at the 30s, and then one of these times it's not gonna go down. One of these times One of these times it's not gonna go down, and then boop. Sometimes people talk about GME as a bad company and Ryan Cohen's bad, but then don't even show their short position or proceed to short it. Yeah, that's most people, bro. Most people just talk. Most people just talk. They never put their money where their mouth is. You don't care about capital gains selling short term? Why would I care? Why would I care? I don't see why it would matter. If I'm making profit in the short term, what does it matter whether I have to pay taxes or not? For tax purposes, yeah, but who if I make profit, who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I make profit. You know, if you sell and it keeps going up without you, or it goes down a lot and you buy back in at a too early or something, sure. Maybe taxes could be detrimental, but yeah, I don't think it really matters too much. Hope you do taxes right. Uh Doing taxes is simple. You literally download your fucking report from your brokerage and it gives you every single trade you did and adds it up for you. So it's pretty simple to do taxes. It's very simple, actually. Doesn't even seem like something to worry about. People will always be enthusiastic about GME going up, tricky indicator. Ooh, I disagree. I disagree. People didn't give a fuck until it hit over 30 last time. This stream was straight dead for 3 months straight. And then once we hit 30, everyone randomly got excited. So I really disagree with that. I think people get enthusiastic at a certain price, but they don't give a shit when it's going up. And it's a very simple reason, because they all bought in the 30s and got absolutely fucked. So there's no point in, even paying attention to the stock when you got absolutely fucked until it's back at the price you got fucked at. At least from my perspective. I mean, I don't remember anyone being excited about the stock going from $20 to $28 on the last run up. I don't think the stream got hyped up until 30s from my memory. And you're the chat historian, so you should know all this. It'll probably work in reviews. Wait for sell off, check view count, fill your bag. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna throw a little 500 quid in on account and trade your view count for science and the culture. Nice. That's I mean, it's gonna be a while now. It's gonna be a while now. And it's not even really the view count. Like, it can keep going up as the view count grows. It's just there's gonna be a certain point. There's gonna be a certain point. 35% tax short term, 20% long term. I'd prefer to hold long term. Okay. Well, good for you. Since I'm riding the train, it will now drop to 19. Maybe. We're not selling all our long terms, though. There's almost little to no taxes on shares past a year. Yeah. He probably lives in a different country. I'm riding the train, it'll drop to 19. Sell some masks can start for y'all. It's gonna go up whenever it goes up. It's just a long-term investment. I don't know. Will GameStop take away market share from eBay, sports trading cards, and collectible division? Because the partnership PSA and the new GameStop app lets people grade through the app fast, unlike eBay. You can't grade through the app. I don't think. I don't. You can send your cards to get graded through GameStop, but you can't grade through the app. Grading is a process, but I mean, GameStop will take some market share away from those things, but it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be that big. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. You can, I think. Nah, you can't grade through the app. The only way you can grade cards is by sending them to PSA or whatever grading company. You can't just. I can't just get a card and grade it on my phone. You can't do that. eBay though has a whatnot seller video thing that's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it I'm sure it takes some market share, but you know, there's a lot of people buying cards through like whatnot, eBay, well, you name it. You name it. I'd argue most people don't even know GameStop sells cards yet. Just because, I mean, the only reason I say that is because if you go to grading cards here, and you go to Pokemon, and you go to high-low price, go to PSA 10s, this Pikachu, these 5 Pikachus have been sitting here for fucking ever, bro. And they're selling it at $640 for pros. If you want to get this same Pikachu on eBay, you got to pay like $700. So I'd argue most people don't even know GameStop's in the graded card business, or else, you know, anyone who is looking to buy this card, they wouldn't be going to eBay and paying $700 for it. They would just come buy it from GameStop. So yeah, I would just argue. I really would. I really would argue most people don't even know GameStop sells cards. You can scan it. It gives you a price for GameStop, sell and trade in. Yeah, that's not grading cards though. That's not grading cards. That's just telling you the price of what GameStop will give you the price for. Or if you were to trade in the card, it'll tell you what GameStop will give you for it, but that's not grading the card. That's just getting that's just a price check. You know. Have you seen that, Cordell? eBay using whatnot style for eBay sellers? I'm pretty sure I'm the one who told you that they were doing that. But of course, I go on eBay like every day. That reminds me, I do have an order I need to pack. Hopefully someone else bought more, so I don't only have to pack one order, because that's always annoying. personal shopping experiences, the future. I don't know if it's the future, but people just like auctions. People like getting deals, potentially. And auctions and stuff are a good way to get deals. I don't know. I don't know that auctioning is the future. Auctioning has been around for ever. It's already 1:30. Only been. I forgot I went to the gym, so started the stream late. I assume there's nothing on Reddit like normal. Um. Okay. I don't even understand what this guy's trying to get at here, but whatever. Good lord. I really don't like Reddit. Building up a base of buyers, though, is the real gem on that whatnot style of selling. I bet if you built a big enough buyer base, you could get inventory floated to you from distributors. I mean, you can do that no matter what. It's just most people don't because they can't get rid of it. Kind of makes you wonder why distros don't sell it direct to consumer, because they want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in one purchase. They don't want to make $20 when they have, a ton of inventory. They just want to make their bag, turn their inventory to cash as fast as possible, and let whoever you sell it to deal with the risk. Let them make $20. You know, it doesn't really make me wonder. I think it's, why would you, when you could just make hundreds of thousands of dollars in the snap of a finger, even though it's lower margin. I think a lot of people would rather do that than sit on inventory for years in the hopes to make a few dollars. Doesn't stay selling dime bags his whole career, asked Drowned. I mean, sure. It's, it's a similar example, but drugs are stupid, so I don't know. it's an accurate representation, but the topic of drugs is just a terrible topic. Corey gets the munchies, too bad. I mean, I do, but it's just a useless topic. Useless thing to talk about. Doesn't benefit anyone. I know a lot of people will argue it does, especially, a certain one, but we're not even going to go down that route. Like going back to Muma's thing, there's a lot of those boxes that fail. Like, you're in the hype right now, so you're seeing a lot of things succeed, but eventually the hype's going to wear off for one of these sets, whether it's Pokemon, Magic, you name it. Eventually the hype's going to wear off, and someone's going to spend, hundreds of $1,000s, maybe even millions, buying a bunch of this failed set that they don't know because they've had so much success from past sets. And, the one time you get that failed set, you're stuck with those boxes for years, potentially. And, if I was a distributor, I wouldn't even want that situation to happen. I just would want to get rid of my product and move on to the next. So it makes a lot of sense why they don't. Because in that rare case where you get stuck with something, if you already have people who are willing to spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on the product, I think that's going to be a much better route in a market where nothing is guaranteed. I think Pokemon hype dies off. Black and white, like I said, Japan black and white. Didn't seem to be moving. I got some at 79 per booster shipped. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's Japan. Nobody really wants Japanese stuff. As far as I'm aware. But the fact I was able to get in that Pokemon Center queue with no queue, a little worrying. A little worrying. Japan cards suck. Can't even read them. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying nobody really wants them. Why would you pay $80 for a Japan booster when you could take that same $60-$80 and buy an ETB or something, and the ETB's worth double what it's worth the second you buy it? That's kind of, that's where I'm trying to get at. Like, when you buy a Japanese booster, you don't spend $80 and it's worth $120 the second you buy it. US card or English cards, you go buy that retail, you're up like 100% the second you buy it in most cases, it seems like. So That's kind of what I meant. There's no point in paying $80 for something that's going to be worth $80. It's the same item, just Japanese letterings instead of English. It just would make a lot more sense to, as a, someone, whether even if you're doing it as an investment, like no matter what way you look at it, collector, investor, you name it, like the English set's going to be better off. You're going to be better off with the English set. They don't sell Japan booster boxes for above $80 at all. I mean, either way, 60, 70, 80, the point I'm trying to make still stands. You're not buying any Japan booster box and doubling your money the second you buy it. But basically anything you buy in English at retail, you're doubling your money the second you buy it. So it just, I mean, I wouldn't buy Japanese. Hero of the day, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Sounds like a bubble to me. I wouldn't buy English. I like the stability. Well, then you're ignoring why English is better. Because the fact you can buy something and it's worth double the second you buy it, that gives you downside protection in the case it is in a bubble. So if it is in a bubble, the most you can lose is, I mean, I don't think you can lose. But if you buy a Japan booster box and the bubble bursts, good luck selling that for $80 if you spent $80 on it. If I spend $60 on an English set and it's the second I buy it, it's worth 100, 120, and the market loses hype, I'm still going to be able to sell it for $60 what I paid for. So I just, yeah, I don't know. It's called I forget what they call it in that book. Margin of error or something like that. Something like that. I forget. Margin of safety. I think it's margin of safety. I think that's what it's called. So, I'd rather buy something with a margin of safety, not something that I just buy. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. $95 to 105. That's chill. Been selling that now, making 50 a box after fees on the eBay. Nice. That's chill. That's chill. That's pretty cool. You got 10 more minutes till the market closes. Pretty exciting stuff, I suppose. How'd the stream do today? Not bad. Not too shab. When Break Nation was talking about his Poke hoarding, that was a sell signal. I mean, everyone hoards Pokemon, though. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. And people have way more than he has. He's a bigger player for sure, but still a small player in that game. I mean, I've definitely lost my bullishness on Pokemon. I think it still has potential. You know, certain things have potential, but my bullishness for Pokemon's definitely down. But I've never really bought Pokemon because I was bullish on it. The only reason I've been buying it is because, you know, I wanted to try the Whatnot streams. But it just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. The fact that you can buy a fucking Pokemon box and be able to resell it the second you buy it for double. I mean, it makes it a very easy thing to buy. Makes it a pretty easy thing to buy, but I also haven't been buying a lot of the things other people are chasing. And I don't go out of my way to buy it either. It usually just comes to me. Like those Fusion Strike blisters I bought. I think those are sick. I think any Pokemon Center stamped thing is sick. I mean, Prismatic has out of anything, Prismatic probably has the most interesting future, potentially. I still like Surging Sparks. You know, I still have my sealed Surging Sparks, but I don't know how bullish I am on that. We'll see. In a lot of ways, I don't even know why I bought it. Low population slabs are what I like. I mean, the slabs are... It's all speculation. Who knows? Who knows? Fuck, I could literally fall asleep right now. I'm kind of cooked. I was dying on that stair climber earlier. I was so cooked, bro. I was like 10 minutes in, like, like dying. I'm like, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. And then 20 minutes later, I'm still going. I'm like, oh shit. Nap stream. How long did I do it? 30 minutes. 30 minutes is usually as far as I go. Why are you so winded? I thought you worked out all the time. I haven't hit the stair. I haven't done cardio in like a week or two. And I go hard as fuck. Like I'm doing, over 100 steps a minute. Most people are doing like 60, 70, and that's going hard for them. From what I see, a lot of people don't even do 60. So I'm going hard as fuck too. You have to realize that I'm doing over 100 steps a minute, which is insane. And, not going for a week definitely puts you or sets you back. If you're not doing it like every day or every other day, you definitely get set back. Historically, sealed product will do a 5x or more over 4 years from what I've seen, but with the sealed hoarding going on, who knows if the same appreciation will apply. Yeah, I agree. And it's only going to be certain sets that do the 5x. It's not going to be all of them. I want to do a marathon here soon. Y'all ever ran one? Nah, that'd be insane. I don't know if I could do a marathon. That'd be crazy. I've always wanted to try, but I don't even know if I could do one, straight up. They have a lot of them out here. A lot of bike stuff out here, actually. They still have marathons and stuff every now and then, though. I'd probably do better than I think I would. Sand vest and it's been an ass kicker? What's a sand vest? Like a weighted vest? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. I've never tried one of those. I love running, but my short legs would give out after like 2 miles. Oh, whatever. You just gotta you gotta build. You gotta build to the 2 miles. Doesn't just happen. Yeah, train. Exactly. You gotta train. You gotta train. It's like 30 pounds, like being fat and running. Doesn't that hurt your back though, having that vest on? Doesn't it hurt your back? I feel like having all that weight up there would hurt. But maybe not. I don't know. It just seems like it would, especially the impact every step. Not if you wear it just to work out. You aren't wearing it all day long. That's fair. My weight up there, I will contest. God damn it, Kristen. Oh, man. Kristen, they're not even that big, bro. Quit flexing. Quit flexing. They're not even that big. Oh, man. I can't even say that with a straight face. I can't even say that with a straight face, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know they're big, but I have a I have a inclination that they're pretty massive. Is inclination the right word? I don't even know. Sometimes I just use words and I don't even know what the definition of them are. I've just heard them before. The act of inclining or the state of being inclined. The angle. I don't know if that's inclined. I don't think that's the right word. I think I've been using this word wrong my whole life. Having a having a preference. Okay. That's fair. So maybe I'm not using it in the right context, but that's fair. I wear itty bitty weights on my ankles when I work out. Nice. Nice. What workouts have you been doing? Have you been fucking hitting it, bro? Have you been hitting it hard? 15 pounds per is the bond after hours. They probably won't announce it. They probably won't announce the bond. They didn't announce the completion of it last time. They just gave you the date of the completion. GG to your back, homie. Hopefully the plumber can fix it. Oh yeah, the plumber's gonna do some plumbing, bro. He's gonna do some plumbing. I lucked out. I don't have a gut. You've seen pics of me. Yeah, I was talking to Caitlin though. I know you don't. Yeah. I was asking her. I run and do calisthenics. Nice. Nice. I'm a fatty, bro. I'm a fatty. Look at me. Look at that. Fat boy. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right, dude. I probably weigh like 150 at the most. I'm a little fucking baby. Shout out to the beer belly havers. Yeah, I got a little bit. I got a little bit of beer belly, but it's mostly just because I eat so fucking. I mean, I think it's more like inflammation than anything. I'll be straight up. I feel like if I fasted for like a day or two, it would probably be relatively flat. Maybe still stick out a little bit, but I think a lot of beer bellies has to do with like inflammation and how you eat and a lot of stuff. Gluten allergy. Some people really get messed up from bread. I think I have one. I don't know for sure. I get clapped anytime I eat like a lot of things. Usually when it's mostly like has to do with like wheat or not wheat. What's it called? Maybe it is wheat. I don't know. You eat pizza? Sometimes. Depends on the pizza. It's mostly the cheese. Mostly the cheese. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I get clapped though when I eat like most things. Three-day fast helps a lot. True. I used to fast pretty frequently actually. But I don't know. It used to just be kind of something I just did. Didn't really think about it, but I don't know. £7 each, damn. Thursday market closed? For what? Why is the market closed on Thursday? It's the first time I've heard that. That should be illegal to say. You like it. What's up, KCR? The regular said in Cordell's and wife. Oh no, I don't get like that. My stomach just hurts whenever I eat shit. Like I don't get. Yeah. No Hershey. No Hershey's, but just for some reason, anytime I eat in certain things, my stomach gets absolutely clapped. I'm leaving. Y'all are gross. Alright, peace out. Have a good day. Have a good day. Market's closed Thursday for Juneteenth. Oh. Well, that's lame. That's lame. What's Juneteenth? What's that? I think I swear we talked about this last year. I swear I literally I feel like I time traveled because I'm pretty sure I asked the same fucking thing last year. Ah, yes. I know now. The abolishment of slavery. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, that's lame. That's lame. I don't want the market to be closed. So why is it closed on a Thursday? I feel like that's so random. Thursday close seems so random. Well, the trade didn't play out. I mean, the sell played out, but you only hit 2281 on the downside, so wouldn't have got the share back. I mean, it'll probably go down there tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, kind of interesting. It sucks being a good trader sometimes because you're just like, ugh, why am I even here? Why am I even holding shares of GameStop when I could just be trading? It's whatever though. It's whatever. It is what it is, you know. I think the long term will pay out. I think it'll pay out in the long term. Just who knows? Who knows how long it's gonna take? Thursday, jeez. Doesn't Roaring Kitty tweet on days the market should be open, but it's not because of holiday? I mean, it used to, but you're probably not gonna hear from Roaring Kitty for another 2 years, maybe 3. So, I don't know. Love Thursday. I'll start telling the homies about the 7-pound twins. Jesus Christ. You guys are ridiculous, man. You guys are actually ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Just trying to make you laugh. I don't know. Little bum of a day. Sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not in a laughing mood. I don't know. I'm just fucking I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm sorry if you're having a bad day. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna announce the completion of the bomb. I almost said the bomb. The bond. Ever ride a unicycle? Hard to be sad riding one of those. I've rode a unicycle. I don't think I know how to read a unicycle. I don't think I know how to ride one, but I've rode one, or I've attempted to ride one. The fucking homie, Ed Pratt, I think. I want to say Ed Pratt. This guy, he did a like, some I can't remember. This guy does like crazy records on a unicycle. And he recently did a video where he went down the River Thames from the beginning of the river all the way to the ocean. That was pretty sick. Really good video, or really good series, I guess I should say. I thought he and I thought he did like a cross country unicycle, but maybe he's just done a couple trails. around the world. Yeah, he unicycled the whole United States, I think. Or he did the whole world. I don't know. Either way, my guy's a savage, bro. My guy's a straight savage. What a combo. Hit the like button. Amen. Amen. Hit that like button. I don't know, I might, nobody has... Well, I'll go through news one time. We'll go through news for the one time. See if there's anything. And then, if there's nothing, we'll, that daily candle doesn't look the best, but whatever. Nothing there. Nothing there. Whoops. Let's see. No earnings, really. You have Fed interest rate decision tomorrow. It's probably about the only... I mean, there's other economic things, but just depends how deep you want to dive into these. Sometimes you can make trades off of them, but you really got to know what you're looking at and what to trade and yada yada. So economic data is usually not that beneficial unless you're just a nerd and you like following up with this stuff, keeping track of it. But yeah, federal funds rate tomorrow, or interest rate decision. We'll see what goes on there. Bitcoin's down a little bit. Nothing burger tomorrow. Yeah, they're not they're not doing anything with rates. At least the market doesn't think they are. You know, like I've said in the past, it seems like the economics are set up to where they could do a rate cut, but I think they're just trying to hold it just in case something happens. Let's see. AI will shrink Amazon's workforce in the coming years. NYC mayoral candidate Brad Lander arrested by ICE. Trump threatens Iran's leader, demands unconditional surrender. JP Morgan moves further into crypto with stablecoin JPMD. New Sapphire Reserve. This thing went from like pennies to $70. That's insane. And they don't even make money. GM unveils quickest Corvette ever. Going 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. Meta to release smart glasses with Oakley and Prada. EV makers, Tesla's pausing Cybertruck and Model Y production. Streaming surpasses combined broadcast and cable viewing for the first time. That's kind of crazy. That's wild. That's actually insane. India regulator says no major safety concerns on Air India's Boeing 787 fleet. Everyone's new. The new thing people are gonna cry about is stagflation. Okay. Ukraine introduces bill to allow Bitcoin in national reserve. Thailand approves 5-year Bitcoin and crypto tax break. What is that? You can just go to Thailand and use Bitcoin tax-free, basically, to buy shit. Oh, it's for the sale of digital assets. Well, damn. I mean, if you're up a fuckload on Bitcoin, make a move to Thailand. You won't have to pay any taxes. Make yourself a citizen of Thailand if you're a crypto millionaire, apparently. I don't know, I'm not going to read that, but Trump media files to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. Yippee. New AI device records your dreams by turning them into videos. That sounds terrifying. And also potentially unlikely. Oh, okay. Xbox is going to come out with another console. Xbox has just announced that it's officially working on its next-gen consoles 5 years after Series SX release. So you are going to get another Xbox. I thought they were just going to do the handheld, but you're getting another Xbox coming. Very, very dope. You love to see it. You love to see it. OpenAI wins $200 million US defense contract. Bruno Mars leaked his next Fortnite festival headliner. Oh yeah, I saw Borderlands 4 is they have a GameStop exclusive drop, but it doesn't come with the game, which is weird. Very weird, but GameStop does have an exclusive drop for Borderlands 4. It's like $150 though, and you don't even get the game, so I don't know, it seems weird. Seems weird. Mr. Beast oh, never mind. And Rematch is out. Tourist destroys priceless Van Gogh chair in museum by sitting on it. Damn. That mean PS5 is coming next? PS6, I guess? I don't don't know exactly what you're asking. I was talking about Xbox. I don't know if I assume PlayStation's gonna come out with another console, but I don't know. I don't think they've announced it. Pretty sure I think that's the first time you've got an announcement for a next gen console. So I don't know. Bungie indefinitely delays Marathon to address negative fan feedback. Interesting. I thought this was going to be a good game, but I guess not. Microsoft teases multiple gaming devices and next-gen Xbox as it doubles down on Windows. Disney Plus removes sci-fi film because of controversial rat drowning scene. Okay. Ubisoft still working on Prince of Persia remake that was announced in 2020. Whoa, what's this? Interesting. I guess I guess Amazon really never sold Nintendo stuff, but it's on there now. I guess. I thought that was gonna be different. I would have assumed they already were selling stuff on Amazon, but I guess not. Makes sense why GTA was delayed, so it would be on the new console at launch. I don't think the console is getting released next year. I think they just announced that they're gonna make one. The 560-pound Twitter sign met a fiery end in Nevada desert. Someone bought that for like 30 grand and then they just set it on fire. That's pretty cool. Oh, they blew it up. Even cooler. I want to watch this thing blow up. Buy this thing for 30 grand just to blow it up. That's what's up. Pretty exciting. Waymo expands service area around San Francisco and LA. It's actually a decent amount of news today. I just don't really want to read any of it. Tinder now lets you find double dates with friends. Interesting. That's an interesting feature, I suppose. All right. Well, doesn't look like there's much else. So, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys always supporting the stream, for real. Thank you. God bless you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna announce the completion of the bond offering. I don't think they I really don't think they did last time, so I wouldn't expect them to do it this time, but the bond offering should be done. But yeah. So thank you guys for always supporting the stream, for real. I appreciate you. God bless you. Especially if you're new here. You know, thanks for giving the stream another chance. I appreciate it. If you know, I love the OGs. You know, I appreciate you guys, and thank you for real for sticking around and supporting the stream and supporting to supporting to the chat and all that. So thank you guys. Shout out Rosh, Muma, Zach Tate, Moose again, Kristen, Isaiah, KCR, Caitlin, Son of Harold, DC, Rickson Gracie, Elvis, Ruben. I don't know who else is here, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for real. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless ya. Peace.